Hello, person. Welcome to this place.
Hello, person. Welcome to this place. You are now tuned into the sounds of...
It's Vision Radio. Yes. What's going on? It's me, Dave Colombo Jenkins, and I am joined by not one but two esteemed guests. We've got Tice and we've got Nicky Nair. How are you both doing, guys?
What's up, Dave? All good.
Yeah, also very good.
Awesome. So am I. We are going to celebrate your Shoulder to Shoulder EP, Tyson. We're going to find out loads more about it throughout the show. But first, introduce this tune.
Yeah, this is one by one of the two on the record with Nicky Nair. This is also with DJ ADHD. It's called Sun. Do you have anything? Do you have any anecdotes for it, Nicky? It takes time. It takes time to build, so we can talk over it.
Yeah, I think. Is this the first one we did? I think you initially started this with Alex with ADHD, and then I showed up and got to it, and then you finished it. I think
this was also when we went back to back, because I think that night you played the version that I hadn't heard yet, and it had this Willy vocal in it. Remember that?
Yes, yeah, we did. Yeah, exactly. It had the Willy vocal at that time.
Willy vocal.
Yeah. This was the night that I played 2 hours as Noisia and Printworks, and Nicky and Alex and Chloe were there. And then we met in Fabric and we played for another 3 hours back to back. Me and Chloe and Nicky and Alex.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I DJ'd for 5 hours that night.
That was a great night. I remember getting really hammered at Fabric, but I had a great time.
Same.
Son.
Vibes, not the most sunniest of tracks, but hard and groovy. So cool. Yeah. Another one from yourself now, Tice. Tell us all about Lights Down Low.
Yeah, this was a collab for a while, but it was never collabed on, and then I just took it back and finished it for the EP because I wanted some kind of more groovy middle energy vibes. Most of the EP is pretty clubby and dancey, and this is a bit more of a roller, like a vibey track, which is something that I'm also really into. I don't get to show it that much.
I think you get to show quite a lot of your different sides. This EP is a real kind of pivotal moment for you in all, in that way of showing one of the many layers of Tice, if you like.
Yeah, before this EP, like most of my Tice stuff was like stuff that I couldn't put in Noisia. But now that Noisia is like properly closed, I really feel like, okay, now all the club stuff that I have in me has to also flow into the Tice project. Whereas before, there was always like a Noisia option on my club music.
Yeah.
And now it's a bit more clear. And it's also, I don't know, it feels a bit more free, like the flow from an idea in my head, or when I hear something that inspires me into like the pipeline into like a possible finished song is much more clear than before, when there was still the Noisia thing, and then also like touring and DJing things is like, but I can make club music now, but I won't actually take a lot of Thai shows because I'll be DJing the Noisia farewell tour.
Right.
And all of that is now just a lot more clear. It's like when I release club music, I can feel like how that will translate into me actually being there when it's played, because I can play these songs in a Thai set, whereas in a Noisia set it would be a bit of a push sometimes.
Totally.
So yeah, it's a lot easier now. It's a lot
less complicated.
Clear and direct.
Yeah, a lot less complicated. I would imagine the influence of friends like Nikki as well certainly helps. You're rolling on different lineups. You've got different influences coming in.
Yeah, but I'm still like a serial collaborative person. Like I thrive in altercations with other brains. Like I did this one is a solo song, but I don't have this thing like I want to prove that I'm a solo artist. I'm gonna release a solo album with no collabs. I'm like, no, that's bullshit. Yeah. My musicality and technicality translates much better when I work with other people.
Tell us about this one. This is a special edit, and I know like the connection between Skrillex and Nai Barghouti. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. That came through you, didn't it? That came through the studio.
Yeah, she was in the studio with me working on another project when Sonny and Rex Kudo just showed up. They had been in Paris working on a project, and they were like, Sonny was like, yeah, my friends are in Groningen and want to come, and they both came. That's why I still have this big old metal device here in my studio. That's actually Rex Kudo's.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, and I was there on Friday when I played in the Melkweg. That was really cool.
Wow.
Big up Nai Barghouti.
Vibes. Right, Nikki, tell us all about this next track that's coming in now. This is yourself and Sam Binger, isn't it?
Yeah. So Sam, during one of his US tours, came and stayed at my house for a few days, and we made some tracks. So I think this was the last track we made out of the set, and maybe the most ridiculous one. I guess the drums and everything, it was kind of pretty straightforward for both of us. We're both used to making like Chicago house influenced stuff, or the fast juke inspired stuff. But then we put in this big kind of cheesy breakdown thing in the middle of it that we kept.
I love the breakdown. It's lush.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it too. I mean, I think that's what makes the track. And yeah,
Absolutely.
we both got carried away just making it longer and more intense.
The whole point of the track is how long that breakdown is. If you play that track and only play the drop. I think I actually did that at Melkweg because I was rushed for time. I did put it in, but that's not how I want to play the song. I wanna kind of start mixing it in on the drop and then go into the breakdown, because that's the whole point of this track.
Yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, I've done the same thing, in the interest of time, or playing a breakdown in a club is pretty dangerous. So you have to play it at the right time, I think.
Yeah, depends if you get the time to build, but sometimes actually not playing breakdowns is really what kills a DJ set. Sometimes you actually really need to play longer breakdowns and let tunes roll. But yeah, I didn't have that luxury in Amsterdam.
So what's next now, Nikki? Please introduce this one and tell us all about Girl Operator.
Yeah, this is Girl Operator. So Girl is this person from North Carolina, I think, and has just like started releasing music in the last like year and a half, and it's all been insane. It's mostly like electro stuff, but I'm obsessed with them. I really love Girl. I just played a show with them with like E-Prom and G Jones in the Caverns in Tennessee, which was cool, and we got to hang out. But yeah, I like, and this is on Jubilee's label too, Magic City.
Sweet.
Yeah, big up Girl, big up Jubilee. This track is so sick. Yep, love that track. It was in the shortlist for my set on Friday, but I had to cram it full of stuff, so...
yeah.
But my next longer set, I will definitely be representing that track. I love that. More edits, more bullshit, more dumb edits. Next Friday is going to be Bandcamp Friday again, so all your favorite producers are going to be demanding your attention. I'm going to release a few more edits on Friday and re-up the 3 dumb edits from last month. And this is also one of the things that will be released.
Sweet. So they're not just going to stay up for just 24 hours like the last time?
Yeah, they will, but every month for 24 hours. That's now the plan. For as long as I'm entertained by the concept, I will just keep re-uploading and then taking them off again.
Nice.
That's great.
Love Cheeky Beastie Boys edit, and I love anything by Samurai Breaks as well. So this is him with Toby Ross. This one, has this been a favourite for either of you in your sets?
I didn't get to play it yet, but I found it in my DJ box. Because basically this whole selection for this episode is all stuff that I wanted to play, that I was gonna load into my record box for last week, and then some of them didn't make it because I was cutting for time. But yeah, this one, Samurai Breaks sent it to me, and I really like it, and I'm gonna be playing this for sure.
Yeah, love everything that Samurai Breaks is doing at the moment. Big up.
This one coming straight from out of the dancer. This one. This one coming straight from out of the dancer.
Wobblers, what comes next? What about 5 a day? Tell us about this.
This one I need to re-edit the edit because this intro is too short. I mixed it on Friday and I was like, shit, it's too short. It's not clear enough. So I'm gonna re-edit the edit. But this is my Gwen Stefani Holla Back Girl. I always wanted a version where the A-N would loop into shit. This shit is banana nananas, because I always thought she said it wrong, and then I heard better and I was like, no, she says it right. It was in my mind, but then I wanted it, so I made it.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
proof, if ever we needed it, that Tice is definitely not a holler back girl, and neither is Mantra. She's come through. Hang on, it's not Mantra. I'm misreading it.
Yeah.
That would have been such a nice segue, though. We're going to keep this, though. We'll keep it flowing. This is a beautiful tune. This is one of my favourite tunes off the EP, actually. Tell us all about it, both of you. This is like so sweet.
Yeah, I think this is the second track or third track we made. So we made Sun and then Sell Your Soul and then this one. This one, I think I probably played it the most out of all of our tracks together because it I always use it to like set things off because of the bass that is about to come in. I was really happy with it.
I think I mentioned this before when I was last on hosting the show, but I checked, this is, I sent Nikki one of the old shit we never finished bits called Achterloogd Muisje, which was played on the old school Noisia radio, one of the episodes as like old shit we never finished. But yeah, I always wanted to finish that. I always thought it had like a kind of groovy thing, and then I sent it to Nicky, and basically this came out. He did everything except the bass line, but the vocals and those jumpy drums, that's all Nicky, and then I added the bass line, and the rest was peanuts.
Go on, smashed it. Smashed it. So now we're on to Mantra. She's just released an awesome EP on Sneaker Social Club, slightly different to the Jungle that she would release on Rupture and plays her night Rupture. This is on a kind of more of a breaks flex called Damaged. Do you have any relationship with this music, either of you?
I love this label, Sneaker Social Club. I've been following them for a while, and obviously the EQ50 project that Mantra is spearheading together with Flight is dear to my heart. I did a little session with them last year, and after that I met Mantra, and then I got this breakbeat thing in my email box. I was like, whoa, this is wicked. So yeah, this was also on the short list for my set, but it will make my sets later on. So sick.
Amazing. Hold tight, everybody at Rupture. Easily one of the best nights in the UK. So we're rinsing through the flavors now. We're about to get some proper heavy techno. This is Clouds, who remixed Noisia relatively recently on one of the Resonance collections, didn't they?
Yep, they are super techno heads. And they're Scottish, but they live in Berlin. We met them both when I was out there with Skrillex. We went to a Boys and O's show and a Blavan show, and we hung out with Clouds. So a lot of the techno spectrum was filled in like one weekend. That was really cool.
That is a very, very techno weekend.
Yeah. And then we also met Holly Herndon and Matt Dryhurst and Shuman Basar that weekend. Me and Farhad and Skrillex went on a road trip. It was fantastic. But yeah, big up Clouds. Like, wow, their aesthetic is it's so specific. It's so intentional. I love it. Big up the Clouds.
About this one, Nicky.
Yeah. So yeah, this was like, I guess the original is obviously like a massive, crazy tune that's almost become a meme. I was excited just to get to remix it. And there's not really that much to say about it. I made it like an electro track, and I play it kind of often. I think people like it. People like the original. So yeah, I was happy to get to do it.
It must be quite a challenge though when you've got a tune which is so anthemic and so, like universally played by so many DJs, to put something interesting, to put a twist on it like you have, to make it stand out, to keep it fresh.
Like for me it wasn't as bad. I don't make dubstep or have any. I make electro, and it has a hook. So for a track with a big hook and a big vocal, it was very straightforward. It was like, oh, just turn it into an electro track and keep everything else the same.
Yeah, because the melody is still the same. It's just it's the sound set and the drums is different. But I really like this touch. I really like playing this one.
Yeah, thank you.
And then on Friday, and I think you do the same mix, Nicky, I went from your Skanka remix to my Skanka remix, which matched it up with Hodo. into this baile bass.
Yeah, I love this. I love this one. It's so rude.
Just naughty. Wow, okay, so we continue on this crazy trip that you've mapped out for us, guys. So tell me all about Laxa Mind.
It's another track that I was going to play on Friday, and then I had to cut. But when I was looking for what do I want to play on the radio, I just really like the sounds on this track. I really like this producer. So yeah, big up Laxa.
Okay, so I got a big up. Nikki, where do these samples come from? Because they're amazing. This is obviously yourself, Chloe Robinson, and DJ ADHD.
Yeah.
Get in the bin, which is a wonderful phrase, but the samples really make this. Tell me everything about this, man.
The samples are, I think, from like a TikTok video or some kind of, it's like a meme where there's this British guy who is, it's like a very hot day, and he's swimming in he's filled his trash can up with, or his bin, as you call it, up with water, and is swimming in it and having a drink. And someone is asking him, like, why is he doing that?
There's no problem. I'm just saying you're in the bin.
That's the guy.
Brilliant.
This part reminds me of Limewax Agent Orange so much in the best way.
Yeah.
If you want to fight about it, come here and fight. Waffling, saying you're not allowed to swim in your own bin. First of all, saying, oi, oi, what are you doing? Why are you sitting there waffling, saying you're not allowed to swim in your own bin?
Maybe I should make a version that just drops into lime wax.
Yes, I've always considered it. Like, it needs the lime wax treatment.
So what's next? We're back on the electro.
Yeah, South American electro by Octoctic, producer that I've been following for a while, and I just follow a lot of people on Bandcamp, so when they release something new I get a notification and I buy that stuff, and this is one of those.
I play this guy's tracks too. I think they're from Mexico. Really amazing.
Middle American then. Yeah, great.
Vibes. Keeping with the ice cold flavours. So this is Amor Satir, who's a new name for me. So tell me all about Amor.
I don't know much about them. I've been playing their tracks for a long time. I don't know much about them. Just that
they're
it's
French, right? I think it's like a French person.
I know the label is headquartering in Paris. That's all I basically know. It has a very Indonesian name, but it's they're French. Well, it sounds
Wajang or something. Wajang is the label.
Wajang, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I found them one day and just the same thing. Followed them on Bandcamp, and I'd like just buy a lot of their music.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I
Great.
feel like if you're looking for bangers, like the label is just all bangers, all like really useful club tools.
Yeah. A lot of it a bit tongue-in-cheek, some of it more serious, but all super energetic in a very infectious, happy kind of up way. Really cool.
Yeah, vibes. So this is Trust Me on Cloudcore.
Yeah, this is Tony Addison Groove on Chloe's label, Pretty Weird. Yeah, I mean, it's an 808 workout with a vocal sample, and that's just a genre that's amazing. But it's not easy to do.
No, it comes with its ups and downs, doesn't it?
Yeah, Tony is kind of.
I found your music through Tony's Barrel Room streams. That's where I started demanding what is this song, and it was the Analyst on his Barrel Room streams, which I also didn't know. I didn't know it was Chloe's label either.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Made sense later on.
I was going to ask when you first started to kind of interact with each other in that way, but there we go. That's the first question of the interview we'll do later for the Patreon subscribers, already sorted. Big up Addison Groove in so many ways.
Yes, big up Addison Groove. Yeah, we both did that brand new drop remix.
Oh yeah,
I think that was what's like, yeah.
Yeah. Also that.
And down, elevator down, elevator down, up and down, elevator down, elevator down, elevator up, down, up, down, elevator up and down, elevator up, down, up,
elevator up and elevator up, down, up, down, up, down, elevator down, down, and elevator, elevator up, down, up, down, up, down, elevator down, down, and elevator up.
De Vision Radio Reload.
Go again, go again, go again.
Nou zeg, de Vision Radio Reload. Joehoe.
Very good.
Nice.
Go on. Thank you so much to all of the people who support us on Patreon and in the Discord community. This week you have voted for this particular reload, this Go Again with Tice and Nick Thayer, who I think you knew from the ensemble, wasn't it, that you did? I think is that
we knew each other.
With each other.
He as Nick. It's actually now Nicholas Thayer on the record, but it's also Nick Thayer and Nicholas Thayer are. But we know him because he used to release on Ausla, and we did with I Am Legion. We did an Ausla tour on Stereosonic in Australia, and he was also on the Ausla stage. That's where I met Nicholas, and then we always thought like we got to talking, and we're both into philosophy, and we wanted to do a podcast that's like 50% music, 50% philosophy. That never happened, but then yes, we did do that Reflection string quartet project, and since then we've been he moved to Groningen. Actually, he did postdoctoral post-conservatory music education, and now he's teaching in Groningen. He recently moved to Utrecht, but yeah, he's still a very good friend, and we talk about a lot of modular stuff.
Cool, big up Nicholas. That podcast, that philosophy of music podcast, needs to happen. You need to bring that back to the top of your priority list.
Yeah, at some point. Like a lot of people tell me to write a book as well, and I will maybe at some point, but like right now I'm just obsessed about writing club music, so
yeah,
happily on that boat first.
Go again, go again, go again. Go again, go again, go again. Go again, go again, go again. Go again, go again, go again.
Go again, go again, go again.
The loop.
So this is really interesting because I looked up, I knew that there must be some type of reference, and is this a reference to the book, I Am a Strange Loop? So this, I need to read that book, but this quote came out to me in Google. In the end, we are self-perceiving, self-inventing, locked-in mirages that are little miracles of self-reference. I fucking love that. Pardon my French there, but that seems to be a standout quote from it. It's the exploration of what is I, basically, isn't it? That's what the book is about.
Yeah, I think he first mentioned it in the seminal work Gödel, Escher, Bach. We're talking about Douglas Hofstadter, who is a philosopher of mind, who basically speculates how the mind may work. And this phrase, "I am a strange loop," always stood out to me. And I make a lot of strange loops and loop them and then just got lost in them. And I was doing it again on this track, which is kind of my favorite because it was a very late edition. I just started in my living room messing around with some sounds for fun. And then this track came out. I was like, "Oh, this should go on my EP." And because it's the latest edition, I have the most recent kind of love history with it. So currently my favorite. But yeah, the quote is nice. I like it, and it's so nice with music because strange loops in music.
It
but
definitely has that extra meaning, doesn't it?
Yeah, and to come back to what it means, like in a nutshell, the consciousness and intelligence is the theory of the strange loop. Comes out of a system so complex that it can start referencing itself. It can understand its own relations to itself, and that's where consciousness emerges out of a computing system that is capable of understanding things. And then when it reaches a level where it understands itself, that's where it kind of levels up and becomes sentient.
Wow, cool. I'm just going to go away and just piece my mind back together. You've just blown my mind. Vibes. Tell us all about Dissolve, man. This is the last track on the EP, isn't it?
Yeah, this is also something that I made very late, and I was like, "Oh, but this is some vibes. I could use this for the EP." It's very hypnotic, but still positive, and I thought that fit what I wanted to do with the EP, which is basically, it's a love letter to club music. It's a love letter to the feeling of being in a club. Whether you're like anonymous by yourself or with friends, like a good club experience, you feel like kind of safe and surrounded by the music, and then you have this shared experience that everyone is listening to the same music. And I was talking to you about this as well when we did the other interview, Nikki, that I was talking about brainwaves syncing, right? We did this interview for...
that sounds right, I think. Yeah, that brainwaves kind of start because of the moods. The music triggers are kind of the same in everyone, so they're brainwaves, and then they also start syncing up to the rhythm. So you get this kind of synchronicity of brains. The title Dissolve is kind of like to feel like the sense of self letting go a little bit, where you feel like you're really part of, the group in this room, that, the lights are dark, everybody's moving to the same thing, and you start to feel more like an us than an I. That's what the title...
It's really inspiring to hear an artist, a heavily performing touring artist like yourself, talk about the club experience in that way, because quite often by the time you get to that kind of stage of your career, you've lost touch with that that dissolution of self and that unity and stuff. But to hear you talk about that, perhaps it's renewed because of the phase, you know, the path you're on in life at the moment post Noisia. But it's beautiful to hear you talk like that, man.
Thanks. It's also very much because of COVID and this period of like forced deprivation where we couldn't be in the clubs. And I was really idealizing what it was, but then also understanding what it is that I got from it. Not just when I'm performing, which, I mean, it was huge for me not performing, like mentally, but also just being in a club. Like, yeah, I've told this before, but I was imagining being in a club, and I know the people that run clubs, so I could just go there and put my music on and get myself a drink and listen to it. But it's like, no, that's not the point. I want people around me.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. I don't want to talk to them. I just want us all to be listening to this music, and that's where I realized what club music can also be. Just what it can mean to people when it's when it's done well. And we have more Sambinga music. This one with Amy Kisnorbo, also very recently released, also very good. This one's called Shake on Sam's label Pineapple.
Vibes.
Big up Binga, big up Amy Kisnorbo.
Yeah.
Big up. More Hodo vibes.
Yeah, the other one was, I guess the other one is also a Hodo edit, but this one is really like a proper remix. This one's by Slickback from Kenya, who recently became a father, so congratulations, Slickback.
Oh, wow.
If you don't know about Slickback, he makes amazing music. It's very, very dark, very technological. Go follow him on Bandcamp, he's amazing. And he did this really dark jungle workout at 150 BPM of Hodo. I really, really love this one. Big up, Slickback.
Big up. Wow. We've been on quite a journey, haven't we?
Yeah, we went a bit over the hour mark because I just couldn't kill any babies. Like, no, I want to play all of these, so we do a longer episode this week.
What a treat. And we've got an interview. If you subscribe on Patreon, then you can check out our interview as well, which should drop around the same time as this show. But what are we signing out with?
This is a very long list of artists. It's Kana Neek on their recent album. The track's called Rally, and it features Rico Dan, Killa P, Ira, Long Range, and Armor. It's a bunch of MCs absolutely shelling it on this incredible beat as well. Very sick,
Huge.
Very sick.
Yeah. And the album has been a real highlight in the last couple of weeks, really, in the last month or so.
Super
Releases.
vibes. Yeah.
Lupus A Ursus. So yeah, go and check it out if you can, and please join us next week for another episode of Vision Radio. Thank you, Nicky. Thank you, Tice.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, and thanks all for listening.
Ciao.
The wickedest out of street that are we. When we don't tell them again, this killer man, then you must pay the fee. Go in your pocket, you must pay the fee.
Yes, I am.
Load up the whole of me dogs from Brixton. Chop because some boy want this man. Some of you ask DJ Con, which one of them like which one of them want this man again. Try this killer man, I go on like man a friend. Everybody dead from me rise my length. In a casket, one more up man a send. One bag of shell we a put on them. And it could have been your family, it could have been your friend. We not care about them. We not care about them. Only when people dead, you will hear about them. We know no time for go love, no pretend. Can't rally up on the army again. Any one of them try this killer man, then they know that the killer gonna roll with the leng.
Who, what, where, why, when? Which one of them want this man again? Stand bad man with a big friend. 9, 4, 5, 12, 8, Mach 10. Boom, everything dead by dawn. Dead, just get a mash from Khan. Man, from the crazy alarm car. Gunshot a beat from now till man. 4, 5, balalala, 12 gauge. Boo back, this me good friend killer P. Don't do that till you get boo back, then you get back on. We bad man when I run from no guy. Who you, man a Zulu. And you know so the gang a bandolo. In a yard man style, mega school you. Better than Saddam and the Union Suzu. Yes, sir. Me and me dog them killer in a business. Informer, we are kill with this. When we clock down, when your soul get lifted. Lifted by the girl up, back up and twisted. When me and me dog them kill with a business. When I informer, we are kill with this. When we clock down, when your soul get lifted. Some mass murder, this is where I deal with rude boy.
Oh please, now them a ball for the peace. When they find to the war increase. Some little MCs don't respect the young G. Find out when to get them squeeze. Cause the magazine fat and a short and sweet. Lock off the main road and street. Be a man a high ground corner repeat. When the army a step on the Gaza a creep. We a bomb Babylon when I pause and cease. I will never take talk of the mark of the beast. Man stepping at the wall with the arm for release. Bare shows in a face left head with a crease. Anyway this one a west. Alright, we send sniper shot from east. Them man on a bad man, them a some chief murderer MC, them fly overseas.
War, what them know about war? War, them not ready for war. War, them man a gun chair fella. No full can't tell no finger punch trigger. Armor, hot water, peace slinger. PMA to all the young gunner. Future bright study but reach a star. No boss gun, boss my boss guitar. Now watch your friend or a gun chair fella. Gunner, that's a jailhouse future. Shut up, them seize your house and cure. And your wife you can't satisfy her. Prime Minister, hot water and proper. No gun chair fella, full can't tell her. No big gun slinger. Big peace slinger, watch out, hot water, I run ya. I wanna start, boy. Me and me dog them killer in a business. When I informer, we a kill with this. When we clock down, when your soul get lifted. Lifted by the girl up, back up and twisted. When me and me dog them kill in a business. In a business. When I informer, we a kill with this. When we clock it down, when your soul get lifted. Yes, I am.
Gunshot a beat all for 1 week. Man, them know the wickedest out of street that are we. But we don't tell them again. This killer man, then you must pay the fee. Go in your pocket, you must pay the fee.
Can I interest either of you in an unofficial No Dave t-shirt? I'll do one for you at mates rates prices, just £20.
I actually would wear that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to No Dave that. That's a brilliant idea.
Brilliant. Head on over to my Bandcamp Friday, and also check out the No Dave Supercut.